Living as a high-functioning autistic. When I was born dead. I was not breathing, was completely blue. The nurse, my mom were freaking out. The nurse ran out of the room. Quickly, the doctor ran in, began to work to save my life. They managed to get me breathing again, had me hooked up to wires. What happened was that the nurse came in to check on my mom. She went into labor while everyone was not around, earlier than they thought. The nurse panicked, thought it'd be a smart idea to shove me back inside of my mom. The body fluids were getting inside of my lungs, choking me. I seemed okay when I got brought home. At age 2, I started to rock back and forth, have seizures. I never cried if my diaper needed changing or if I was hurt or hungry. If I needed something, mom and dad had to check on their own because I gave no signs. I was taken to the hospital to figure out the strange behavior. Turns out I had autism. The doctor didn't think I'd live very long, would never mentally age past 2. They also suggested to keep me locked away. Thought I'd be a vegetable my whole life. Mom refused to do that to me, kept me, did her best to care for me. I required a lot of special attention. Cartoons always got my attention, so mom would leave the TV on because cartoons kept me calm. I loved Lion King, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I went to school for disabled kids at 5. At 6, I went to public school, was in special ed. I had trouble making friends. I tried to befriend everyone. I'd give them an uncolored color book page from my Powerpuff Girls book. I'd always find it crumbled up on the ground on the blacktop. Everyone found me freaky. I was never good at sports, still am not. I didn't know how to play a game in PE. The whole team I would get put in would get pissed off because I made them lose. I didn't understand what I did wrong. I'd always carry a doll of one of the turtles, Raphael. I consider Raph my best friend. I took him everywhere. One time I was playing with Raph in class at playtime. I was so caught up in my world that I didn't hear the teacher say put the toys away. I got angry when she took Raph away. I went outside at home one day, saw my older brother climbing a tree. I wanted to be with him. I climbed up. Suddenly the branch broke off. I fell, hit my head on a sharp rock, smashing my head open. Had to get staples that day. I'm honestly surprised that didn't kill me. Another time I was sliding down the stairs in an empty laundry basket, but I ignored the chair in front of the staircase. I ended up smacking into it, bit right through my bottom lip. If you could see me, you can see the scar from it on my bottom lip. As a teenager, I was starting to get better, but I still had many problems. I grew depressed. One night, I saw an ambulance pull in my driveway. I didn't understand what was happening, and they asked to see my brother. Confused, I let them in. My brother was escorted out of the room. There were cuts all over his arms. I was shocked. He was depressed. He was angry he got caught, blamed me for it. I was hurt. Things just got worse from there. I'd get laughed at in school, be given dirty looks if I even held a piece of food. Because I felt embarrassed, I started to avoid most meals, was losing too much weight. I felt hated, like everyone would be happier if I was gone. So I decided to test that out. In music class, we were watching a movie. We were all sitting in chairs on mini bleachers. I was in the back by the edge. I slowly scooted my chair close to the edge to a point where I fell over. Landing on my back, the chair landed on me. The room went silent. Then everyone laughed. Not a single kid asked if I was okay. One even said it was the best thing that ever happened. I pretended to laugh, but on the inside I was destroyed. It didn't help, my online life was no better. Me being a stupid kid, I did pretty questionable things on my old DeviantArt page. Someone got so fed up with me that they made an entire journal post ranting on me. I got home, started to cut my legs, chest with a shaving razor. I started to get angrier, bitter. I was hated at school. Everyone called me emo. I was getting hundreds of people online going onto my page, mocking me. There were a few people who were trying to defend me. They got backlash too. One person even went into full detail, describing how they would kill me. I was traumatized. It still honestly messes me up to this day. Soon my family found out I was cutting because I refused to change into shorts, a swimsuit. They pulled my pants down, saw all the cuts. I literally got lectured all night. I got put on antidepressants, had therapy for a while. I still do suffer depression, but I don't cut anymore. I just slip off into my world. Imagine hanging out with fictional characters I like. I've always been mocked for being a fangirl of fictional characters, but it's literally part of who I am. Even as a kid, I was like that. My whole teen years, it was Invader Zim. Now, as an adult, it's Sans, mostly Underfell Sans. I don't get mocked for it too much. Most people who think it's adorable are understanding. I know he's not real, but I felt strong connection to him. He was lazy, loved to sleep, is misunderstood, likes to crack jokes, is looked down upon by most. I relate to that. He is my comfort character. He makes me happy. As an adult, my autism has improved a lot. I am a high-functioning autistic. I still have things about me that needs work, but it's really something how much I progressed. I like to draw, even though I don't think it's that good. I have a small YouTube channel where I do commentary on certain things. I started getting noticed more when I was exposing a pedophile. I do have a part-time job in real life. My customers love me, most of my crew do too, but I do suffer problems. I'm the kind of person. I go into panic mode if a certain amount of people line up. I'm by myself. I try to avoid eye contact, but I listen carefully as I can. The customers are very understanding about it. Don't get mad or upset. I tend to get attached to certain people online. I try to give them space, try not to scare them, but they are understanding that it's just part of my disability. Adults with autism tend to get made fun of. I hope I can teach others that it's not as funny as they think. It's actually a huge struggle. It took me so long to control mine better. I still have problems with it. But I know now that even though I get shaky about a lot of things, that I'm not alone. And I have brought inspiration to some people. Had people tell me they will be sad, my content makes them feel better. Knowing my stories have given others hope. The satisfaction of knowing they aren't alone in these problems fills me with joy. Even though I'm kind of small, I'm glad my stuff lightens other people's day. I worked really hard to get where I am now, even though it may seem like nothing.